Shrook is awesome. The colours look much nicer on him than Chummer's colours, and it helps that he's a super good tank in competitive Yokai Watch 3. He has everything you could ever want in a tank and more, except for 2 slots, but that's an added amenity that not many yokai have. Obvious part out of the way, Shruck uses Shielding Soul. Now onto the interesting part. Shruck first of all is slippery. Slippery Unity is one of the weaker Unity bonuses in the game, giving your team in-spirit resistance. Most meta in-spiriters like Teducator and Sunken Soul run Supernat Soul anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If Shrook was tough, he'd be one of the best tanks in the game, but we'll have to live with him being slippery for now. So what actually makes him a good tank? Well, let's first look at his stats. They are shockingly amazing and really well distributed for the fact that he's a B rank. He has amazing defense and HP and pretty good spirit with mediocre strength and speed. We can live with him being a spirit user thanks to his moveset. Rapids is not Waterfall, but I recently noticed that at max level, Waterfall and all of its elemental variants are only 2 points stronger than Rapids and all of its elemental variants. This means that he can be a very effective offensive water attacker as well as a tank. His ultimate is also great for a tank. It charges at moderate pace, hits 6 tiles and drains HP. A tank that can heal itself is pretty awesome. His Inspirit is decent support but not worth bothering with as it's not a big strength debuff. As for his skill, it damages any yokai that hits Shrook with a physical hit for 1/4 of the damage they dealt to him. This isn't that helpful honestly. Shrook would be taking very low amounts of physical damage thanks to his amazing defense and his shielding soul letting him guard a lot, but a bit of extra chip isn't something to complain about, despite the fact that the highest I've ever seen with it is fucking 23 damage. Looking at Shrook, it doesn't really look like his skin is too rough. In fact, the belly, which is what faces the attacker, looks pretty soft and can probably be pierced very easily. It doesn't make sense with the design, but I get that they didn't really need to texture the skin to look rougher, just for flavour reasons. Just a weird thing I want to mention since this video is going to be pretty short and I want to make it a bit longer to make it fit with the rest of my yokai analysis. Anyway, one thing I want to talk about to lengthen this video more, but also relate back to Shrook, is his attitude. This is something I've never really mentioned on the channel before, but it's nevertheless an important part of building a yokai. The attitude your yokai is upon leveling influences the stat growth they will receive. For example, a logical Shrook will receive added spirit and speed upon leveling up, whilst a brainy Shrook will only receive a more spirit but it's a larger boost. This is something to keep in mind as after you've maxed out the stat training, you can then change a yokai's attitude to match what you want him to do in battle. Here's my attitude process for Shrook. We raise him as careful, as that will boost defense and spirit with the 2 stats we will mainly focus on with Shrook. After stat training, we will need to change him to brainy so that he will nearly always use rapids on his turn. This allows him to do good water damage while be able to use Shielding Soul to guard the tank. Last thing I want to talk about is Shrook's being B rank. Shrook is very easy to fit on teams because of this. He has amazing stats for a tank and cleave your A's and S's up for something else. Shrook is my favourite slippery yokai and one of my favourite yokai in general. He is also arguably one of the best low rank tanks in the game, boasting a great balance of offense and defense with a high spirit, HP and defense, as well as a draining ultimate and a skill that can do a bit of chip on the side. What do you think of Shrook? Have you used him to great success before? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you subscribe for more quality Yokai Watch content. Thanks for watching and have a good day.